Today, one of the biggest concerns among retirees is the threat of outliving their money and succumbing to potentially higher expenses in the later stages of retirement. There's a 50% chance a 65-year-old man can live to age 85 and a 50% chance a 65-year-old woman will live to age 88. Retirees may find themselves needing income later in life to cover their necessary expenses, which may also include and increase over time for things such as prescription drugs, long-term care, and other health care expenses. Qualified longevity annuity contracts, or QLACs, were approved on July 1st of 2014 for use in traditional IRAs, 401ks, and other approved retirement plans. Now, no retiree is exempt from taking the required minimum distributions beginning at age 70 and a half and beyond. And the RMD is a mandatory amount of money withdrawn from the retiree's IRA, which is taxed as ordinary income, and this withdrawal continues every year for the rest of the account holder's life, regardless if one needs the money or not. But in most cases we examine today, retirees already have certain income guarantees, such as Social Security, pensions, and sometimes annuities that provide the individual or family more than enough income to live. Thus, the RMD may become a hindrance on the retiree because they're forced to take income they don't need. That money is then taxed at higher marginal tax rates and is then placed in a savings account or taxable investment account, which is further burdened by continued taxes without providing much of a benefit. So what can you do with that extra required minimum distribution money you don't actually need to use? Well, let's take a look now and review the reasons a QLAC may benefit you and your retirement plan. So number one, it may reduce your taxes by reducing your required minimum distribution. The IRS rule allows you to shift 25% of your individual retirement account IRA money, or up to $125,000, whichever is less, to fund a QLAC. That dollar amount is excluded from your RMD calculations, which may decrease the total amount of your taxable income. As an example, if you have a $1 million rollover IRA, you could fund a QLAC with $125,000 under the current IRS rules, and your new RMD would then be calculated on $875,000. Number two, let's plan for a future stream of income you or your spouse cannot outlive. So QLACs allow you to defer income up to 15 years or to age 85, and it guarantees a lifetime income stream even if the QLAC balance goes to zero. So in addition, you can set up the income stream to cover the life of you and your spouse, and that income stream would continue until the second person dies. Keep in mind that the amount of future payments will hinge upon many factors, including the amount of premium, your life expectancy, when you decide to take the payments, and at what age. Most importantly, you are purchasing an irrevocable product where no withdrawals are permitted, even if they are needed. So you must consider carefully whether you have sufficient funds available during the deferral period to support this purchase. Number three, the spousal and non-spousal benefits. If you and or your spouse were to pass away before using the QLAC, the principal amount would pass to your beneficiaries. Contracts may even be established to return any unused principal to your beneficiaries even after the payments begin. Number four, it's a vehicle to guard your principal. So QLACs are fixed annuities, also known as deferred income annuities. It is not tied to the returns of the market, and it fully protects the principal amount of your deposit. Number five, QLACs include a cost of living adjustment, or a COLA. Depending on the carrier, you can attach a COLA that adjusts the income payments even after the income distributions have started. Number six, there's no annual fees. Commissions are paid once to the agent, they're built into the product, and are very low when compared to similar options like a variable annuity. Number seven, contractual guarantees only. QLACs have contractual guarantees, and agents cannot overstate the proposal. The contract is issued with the stated beginning income date and the amount of monthly income guaranteed by the insurer. The longer you defer, the larger the income payment would potentially be. And the same concept applies to delaying your Social Security payments. Number eight, a diversified income distribution strategy. This strategy should also be used as part of your overall income strategy and goals. So I encourage you to consult a fiduciary to help you consider whether a QLAC is appropriate for you and your unique situation. Number 9, these are indexed to inflation. So the QLAC ruling by the IRS actually allows the premium amount to be indexed to inflation, and that helps rising costs over time. And lastly, but almost as important, only work with the large, highly rated carriers. Because of the reserve requirements to back up the contractual guarantees, only the large carriers actually offer the QLAC version of the longevity annuity structure. By now you may be thinking, this is too good to be true, so what's the drawback? Well, you are transferring a portion of your IRA to a QLAC that is no longer invested in the stock market. It's illiquid, but the remaining money in the IRA also will stay invested in the market for the long run. So if you're going to begin taking your required minimum distributions and you don't need all the income now, if you're concerned about the rising expenses in the future, or you want to be able to reduce your taxable income, you may want to consider this as part of your overall retirement strategy. Now, everyone's retirement strategy is very unique, and not everyone fits in the same type of solutions. Like I mentioned earlier, a QLAC may or may not be the right strategy for you, but I'd encourage you to speak with me, talk about your situation more on a one-on-one basis to see how the QLAC may fit in your overall retirement planning strategy.